The title of this video is Twin Flame Sex. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Oh, for twin flamers anyway. My twin flame and I are presently in separation. And she's sexing somebody else, probably a soulmate. Again, welcome to Archangel Revelations and Prophecies. I am Gat, your host. I just happened to come across this couple. I was trying to really do more research on twin flame solar ascension, but I came across somehow they popped up. So I thought it was interesting. And I'm always thinking about my favorite twin flame couple is Josh and twin flame Era. They were supposed to be our teachers and they separated. So I do want to talk. I want to touch it, but I want to be serious. I don't want you guys to think I'm joking around, but I do want to talk about it. But you have to be a little patient because I want to see if they came back yet. Twin flame Era. You could have gave us an update video, guys. When you come back, I'm gonna leave a nasty comment. How dare you leave? It's about to be a year since they've been gone. Well, that's twin flame Era. But let's talk about Jeff. And I don't want to say her name wrong. Shalala. That's all I can do. Shalala. You should be seeing 2 pictures of them. So one thing, they're young, so that's probably cool. Cause Jeff, when he had the long hair and stuff, so and he got the beard and stuff, so a female could really be turned on by that. And they kept it 100 how they met. They met over the internet. And don't think you can't meet your twin over the internet, because I met some female and we had a real quick meeting. And then we was out. And then she contacted me like a year later and she like I guess she knew me. I guess she had found me or something, because she was talking about twin flames, so she must have found me. And she was thinking that we were twins or something. Which we are like soulmates, but that was just weird. But everything is planned by the universe. So they make the point I'm trying to make. See, they're saying how, when they first started having sex, first they was doing stuff over the internet so they could really get together. Then they got together and they really started having real sex. And she said it was great at first, but then it started to pan a little bit. So you can watch that video. She goes more into it. But he's a cool dude. First, he let her do most of the talking, at least the part that I watched. And second, he was honest about, sexuality and stuff. So you got to be honest. That's the main thing. You guys got to talk. If you're not honest with anything else, you got to be honest with your twin. And it's not going to work. And I told you, the sex alone is not going to cut it. I told you guys that. It's got to be communication. And that's why there's a lot of separation. And see, I really understand this whole twin flame thing because I'm out of the environment. Like, I don't see her anymore. I was seeing her every day. And even if I thought I was working on a Saturday, she wouldn't be there. She'd be there. And just had a lot of crazy situations with her. And it's just one of those things. So no, but I get stuck in the days. Like, she was just really like a negative thinker. Like, she always saw she didn't even see like a half full or half empty. Like, she always saw like an almost empty cup, even if it wasn't, nothing like that. And then she wouldn't communicate, so there was no way you could talk to her. She was just like really out there. But I seen that shit my whole life since I've been on this planet. It's one of those things. You get used to it. I could be sitting somewhere minding my own fucking business, and all of a sudden I'm surrounded by cops and shit, questioning me for shit I don't know what the fuck you talking about, and I don't even know what the fuck you doing. And then you have an asshole like unbuckling his gun, and I'm really psychotic because I seen violence my whole life, so that makes me laugh and shit. Like, you really think I'm scared of you? I see angels and stuff. Do you really think I'm scared of you? It's really hectic, really crazy. So I see that kind of shit all the time. So I ain't want to be what I am going to be. It's like you can't put a person through a real abusive situation or be around dysfunctional, crazy people all the time their whole life, and then think they're going to be not a certain way. But I expect it. But I think you know I wanted to do this ministry, which I've been able to do because I knew I was sent for a purpose. I didn't think my purpose would have anything to do. I didn't even know what twin flames was, but it's primarily my purpose being here. Because there's a lot of metaphysical connections to twin flames that some people don't get, but it connects to everything. You see it all through the Bible. The twins, Jacob and Esau, the two angels, Sodom and Gomorrah, the two witnesses, Book of Revelation 11, the two pillars. It doesn't stop. So it's everything. So I'm able to tie all of it in. So like I said, it's one of those things where I would have been my way, but I was trying to talk to her, but she was just gonna stay her way unless something happened a certain way, and then no matter what happened, she would always take it and make it evil. But there's a reason for everything. But at the same time, like I said, I didn't want it at that time. I wasn't ready for it. Something like that would have to come when I feel like my mission has been accomplished. And now I'm more relaxed and, maybe ready to laugh and goof around like I used to a long time ago. But after the 1990s, I realized the relationship was not for me because there's too much loving and giving and too much disrespect and lack of appreciation. And I saw it too many times. Nice guys do finish last in that category, at least the ones I met, and it was time for me to do something else with my life. And I don't regret any of that. And as far as the twin flame thing, did try talking to you on numerous occasions. You were a jerk the whole time. Let's keep it 100. And you kept turning everything bad. So that's how that one went. Now, what I like about this couple, they talk more, they're open, and they share. I just really like Josh. I like Josh, and because they came so far. The other one, Twin Flame Arrow, they came so far, and then they just separated. But that's because they didn't have the communication. And you could tell Josh was like an indigo or critic because he was really. That's all he talked about was pain. You gotta make it fun. Like I think these two make it more fun. Jeff and Shalala. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna call her Shala. I think they make it more fun. They got a lot of videos, so you can go to their page, and it's good they're still together because that's the first thing. The first video I saw was like from 2015, and then I said, well, I wonder if they're still together. They are still together. They use a lot of cover photos like I do, but they do come on camera too. So yeah, like I said, it was one of those really weird things. So communication is everything, like I said, and improving it, and in a way, they should be glad because she says that sex was good at first, but then it wasn't as good. But that's because the universe was trying to tell you it's more to a twin flame relationship than sex. And thank God they didn't separate, or if they did separate, they got back together. Who knows? He said they got a video called "How to Scientifically Prove Twin Flames Exist," and that's the video they did. But the only way you can do that is through natal charts. To scientifically prove it is through natal charts. Because otherwise you're just talking, and you can say dreams and all that, but you can't prove that to anybody else. Like you can prove it to your twin, but nobody else is gonna believe that stuff. Kind of, unless you can really use telepathy right there in front of people, in front of witnesses, and they see you guys using telepathy, talking to each other. But then they're still gonna say they probably practiced it. I saw two guys playing cards. They would have cards and sit across the room from each other, and that guy would always pull the right card. He said, "What card am I going to pull?" And the guy would say it, and he would always pull that card. Now, We don't know how they did it, but it had to be some type of thing he did. And we were sitting right next to him, so we were trying to see if he was using his eyes, whatever. We couldn't figure out how they did it, but they did it. They sat across the room from each other. But the guy would always say what card, the next card he was going to pull, and he always pulled that card. Now, some of you listening might know how that trick is done. So that's what I'm saying. You can say telepathy, but people still going to say it's fake. The only way to really scientifically prove twin flames is natal charts. I don't even know if DNA would do it. It probably would, though. Or maybe some type of medical way. I don't know. But the only way I know right now, surefire, is twin natal charts. So that's it. So yeah, like I said, it takes a measure of maturity, and you might meet your twin, and they may have been through some shit. So of course they're gonna be suspicious. This is all about healing. They may be suspicious. They might be like, I don't want this. I'm tired of getting hurt. So if you come and then you hurt them again, what the hell do you think is gonna happen? And like twin flame energy is real powerful. Cause sometimes I would just freeze. Cause she would frustrate me so much I would just freeze. Like almost like I couldn't even function. Cause I'm like, why do you take something so simple as saying hello to somebody? Everything has to be a war with you. So I'd be really disappointed with her, but I would just freeze. And then she would take that and spin it and make it worse than it really was. And then I leave her alone. Then she come looking for me. It was like real stupid. Like I'm a grown ass man. Like, you know, because I'm a little bit different. Like I'm way more connected to the universe, and people that see what I do out here know I'm not lying. Like I'm way more connected, and I'll actually ask them, "Is this the best you can do?" Because that's how I got myself in trouble like years ago. My life was so fucking boring at that time, and I was just pissed off. I was like, "Is this the best you can do?" And I would just start talking shit, and next thing I knew, I was in the deep. And that's all kind of supernatural attacks. You can read about the deep in Psalm 69 because David was thrown in the deep. It's all kind of supernatural attacks and shit. But at least it spiced stuff up though. I'm still here. And and uh and then you can read about it in 2 Corinthians chapter 12 because Paul went through the same shit. The darkness of the deep. The valley of the shadow of death, Psalms 23. That's some supernatural shit. That's funny. But I'm still here. So yeah, but you gotta understand, see, everything happens for a reason. See how I got through all the violence that my father did, I turned it into a joke. Like I would just laugh at everything. And I would laugh at him, and I knew I was gonna get him as soon as I got big. Cause you beating up a little kid. Let's how you beat me up when I hit those teenage years. And by the grace of the universe, he was no longer around. By the time I became a teenager, they took him out. So yeah, so all I gotta say is try not to play games. If anybody any type of relationship with people, try not to play games with people. You don't know what people been through, and I honestly believe in karma, and I think, you know, if you're an a-hole, it's gonna come back to you one way or another. I really believe that, and everything happens for a reason because, like I said, I was never able to fulfill my full mission until now. Like I know my mission has been pretty much fulfilled. Like I knew when I came here, I had a mission as a little kid. I knew that. I knew my mission would have something to do with spirituality, and even years ago, I was trying to write a book on like relationships. So, and when I used to do comic books, I had comic books. I had my own superheroes. I had people that worked for me. I was only a little kid. I had my own business back then, and even I was doing like comic books on love. Like I had one comic book on love and stuff. So I've always kind of known about the whole love thing. So that's why I know I've in my book I've completed my mission. I don't know what else God would have me do, but that's all I really wanted, and that's all that mattered to me. None of this other shit down. This is just I'm not used to this. I'm around warriors, and I'm around people that have character and integrity and shit, and I'm around people that would never beat their kids or do the crazy shit that's being done on this planet. So I'll never understand that, and people try to get me to understand. I'll never understand that shit. Like I come from death before dishonor. That's all I know. So that's it. So like I said, I don't know, sometimes your twin soul just shows up just to push you. Like if you're in a very bad spot, they push you. And she definitely did that because a lot of stuff I've been able to do, I wouldn't have been able to do if it wasn't for the hell she put me through, and even get me fired because I was able to heal, as far as heart concerns and stuff like that. So you'll never understand why, but at the same time, you can't just say it's all bad. Even like coming through a broken house, it's not all bad. You can look at the bad, but there's some good as well. And sometimes, your parents or whoever or your siblings, they've been through some stuff too, so that's why they're kind of effed up. This is a really effed up planet. I mean, just turn on the news, watch the news and stuff. Effed up planet. So thank God for the Earth Angels that are here. Thank God for the people that are here trying to help out. Thank God for anybody that encouraged me or helped me or supported me. And for my tough twin flamers, it was just great to see them. It was just great to see them because so many people were running and running and running. And they don't realize that that's why your planet is effed up, because you don't take the fortitude, the stamina to stand up and correct things and make changes. But the tough twin flamers, they know it's not going to be easy, but they're willing to put in whatever it takes. And that's all. And like I said, I'm the perfect example because all she would have to do is want to talk. But she would have to want to grow up and stop all that crazy stuff that she's on. Because you could hold a conversation, because I've seen you talk all night long with somebody else. So you could definitely hold a 5-minute conversation with me if you wanted to. You just choose not to. At that time, you just choose to play games for whatever reason. So as long as I know I did everything I could in my particular power, but I'm not going to be perfect. I'm going to have limitations too. But that's the beauty of twin flames. Like when you see this couple, they talk about it. Even Josh from Twin Flame Marriage, they were willing to talk about it. See, when you're willing to talk about it, you can get past the pain. You can help each other heal. But if you want to be a jerk, then it's going to be what it's going to be. This is Gat. God bless.